The new Avatar documentary titled Fire and Water, Making the Avatar Films is out right now on Disney+, and at the end of the second episode there's a little tease on Avatar Fire and Ash. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day. And Fire and Water, Making the Avatar Films is the kind of behind-the-scenes documentary that reminds you why filmmaking is still a human art form. Split across 2 episodes and running for about an hour and a half in total, it offers a rare, in-depth look at how James Cameron and his team brought Avatar: The Way of Water to life. It's not flashy or overproduced, it's raw, practical, and deeply inspiring for anyone fascinated by the craft of cinema. From the opening minutes, Cameron sets the tone. Avatar films are not made by computers, he declares, directly addressing the current era's obsession with artificial intelligence. What follows is a detailed look into one of the most complex film productions ever attempted, an exploration of creativity, physics, and sheer human determination. While the Avatar films are renowned for their digital perfection, Fire and Water shows that behind every pixel is an artist, a diver, an engineer, and an actor giving everything for a vision that can only exist when hundreds of people work in perfect unison. Directed by Thomas Crane, the documentary focuses primarily on The Way of Water and the enormous leap in technology required to make it possible. Cameron and his crew didn't just film underwater scenes, they had to invent a new way to film underwater. Using motion capture in an aquatic environment had never been done before, and Fire and Water illustrates the trial and error involved in solving each new problem. The production team had to cover the surface of their water tanks with thousands of white ping-pong-sized markers to control lighting and reflections. Cameras had to capture data from above and below the surface simultaneously. Even the air bubbles from scuba tanks caused interference, focusing every operator and actor to train as a free diver under expert Kirk Crack. These aren't just technical hurdles, they are tests of willpower, creativity, and teamwork. There's an infectious sense of curiosity running through the entire series. Cameron's reputation as an intense perfectionist is well known, but here he's portrayed as something more, a polymath who treats filmmaking like a science expedition. His enthusiasm, even while calculating water pressure or designing safety systems for wave machines, is almost childlike. For him, every limitation is an invitation to innovate. What makes Fire and Water special isn't just the technology, it's the focus on people. The interviews with actors like Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet, and Stephen Lang shed light on the physical and emotional challenges of performance capture. These actors didn't just act in front of a green screen, they were submerged for hours, holding their breath while performing intense emotional scenes, surrounded by cameras and dots instead of alien reefs. Sigourney Weaver compares the experience to black box theater. Stephen Lang describes it as an acting exercise for the imagination. These moments ground the documentary, showing how human emotions powers the illusion of Pandora. When Winslet mourns her Tulkun in one of The Way of Water's most emotional scenes, the behind-the-scenes footage reveals that she was performing to a foam-wrapped fence rather than a majestic sea creature. It's kinda insane to see, but it's also a testament to her skill and the magic that performance capture can achieve when fueled by dedication instead of shortcuts. A deeply emotional thread running through the documentary is its dedication to the late producer John Lando. Lando, who passed away in 2024, had been Cameron's creative partner for decades. His presence is felt throughout the series as Colleagues reflects on his leadership and warmth. The documentary serves as both a tribute and a chronicle of his influence on the franchise. Without him, the collaborative spirit that defines these films would not have existed. Fire and Water also shines a spotlight on the unsung heroes of production, the hundreds of crew members who built and rebuilt massive sets, managed wave machines, and operated complex rigs. The footage of teams resetting underwater sequences or moving 1,000-pound propellers is mesmerizing. The scale of these operations is staggering, yet every task feels driven by passion rather than obligation. Cameron's insistence dominance on people over computers isn't a marketing slogan. It's the backbone of this entire project. While many blockbuster productions rely on pre-rendered environments and digital shortcuts, Cameron's team pushes for realism, even when no one will see the practical sets on screen. They are filmed, scanned, sunk, and rebuilt simply so the actors can feel the world around them. That commitment to authenticity is what makes Pandora feel so alive. The style of this documentary kind of reminds me of the classic DVD bonus documentaries of the early 2000s, which I miss quite a lot, with talking head interviews and practical footage stick together in a simple but effective way. This old school format suits the story it's telling. The emphasis isn't on spectacle but on substance, on the real people and real effort behind what we see on screen. As an Avatar fan, this documentary feels like a gift. It's informative, entertaining, and surprisingly emotional. Seeing the evolution from the first Avatar to the Way of Water underscores how much the team has grown while staying true to their original philosophy. The documentary succeeds in what it sets out to do, show that these films are born not from machines, but from human imagination and persistence. If you have Disney Plus, set aside an evening to watch both parts. If you don't, it's worth signing up just for this. At roughly the length of a feature film, Fire and Water captures everything that makes Cameron's world building so special: the vision, the science, the obsession, and the humanity. In addition to the documentary itself, there is a bonus on Avatar Fire and Ash at the end of the second episode, where they preview a clip from the movie roughly 2 minutes long, and it is certainly worth watching just for that clip itself, so you would want to stay around until after the credits. It was a fascinating documentary to watch, and I always love watching documentaries, making ofs and stuff like this, not only of Avatar, but of other movies, video games, and anything really that involves the creative process of making something like this. I do hope we get more of this after Fire and Ash releases, because the documentary is titled Fire and Water, and the first 2 episodes focuses mostly on Avatar The Way of Water, so logically I can imagine that they would release one for Avatar Fire and Ash after the movie releases, maybe about a month, couple of weeks after it releases, but that is of course just me speculating. If you've watched this documentary, then let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.